Today we're going to be taking a look at the best trailer hitch options for your 2008 GMC Savana van. On top we've got our Class 5 CURT, followed by our Class 5 Draw-Tite. Then down below that we have our Class 4 CURT. And installed on our Savana van, we have our etrailer.com Class 4 hitch. As far as weight ratings are concerned, our Class 5 CURT is going to take the cake, having the highest tongue and towing capacities. As far as appearance goes, we're going to give that to the etrailer.com's hitch for its matte finish. It can also be tied here with our CURT because it has a matte finish as well. And now if this is for recreational use, for your bike racks and other accessories like that, you won't need the extra high capacity of your Class 5, so either our Class 4 CURT or our Class 4 etrailer.com hitch will be the best option for those needs. The big difference between our Class 4 and our Class 5 hitches is the weight ratings that they're capable of. Our Class 5 are going to be for your super heavy-duty applications, having the highest tongue weight and gross towing capacities. Our Class 4 is still going to be a strong hitch, capable of just about most of your towing needs. On our CURT, we're going to have a 2,400 pound tongue weight, and that's the force going down on top of our receiver, while our Draw-Tite's only going to have 1,500 pounds. Our gross towing capacity, which is how much you can pull behind it, on our CURT here is going to be 16,000 pounds, while our Draw-Tite's only going to be 10,000 pounds. Now if you're using a weight distribution system with these hitches, that is going to increase both of their towing capacities. Our CURT's going to have the same tongue weight, but increase its towing to 17,000 pounds. Our Draw-Tite here is going to take a small hit to the tongue weight, reducing it to 1,300 pounds, but it's going to increase its gross towing capacity to 13,000 pounds. Both hitches use a 5/8" hitch pin. However, our Draw-Tite does have a small hole just to the rear of where the hitch pin goes, and that allows it to use a J-pin. A J-pin, when installed, will go through your normal hitch pin hole and have a small loop that comes in and presses against any accessory or device you have in your hitch, putting pressure on it, acting as an anti-rattle device. Both of our Draw-Tite and CURT are going to use plate-style safety chain loops. However, our Draw-Tite here is going to have a slightly larger opening, so it might work better for some of your larger safety chains. The thickness of the plate on our Draw-Tite is also going to be a little bit larger, so you want to keep that in mind. If you have a really narrow opening on your safety chain loops, it might be more difficult to slide it on this one than it would be the thinner plate on our CURT. And lastly is how they're going to look when installed. The finish on them are going to differ. Our CURT here has a matte finish, while our Draw-Tite's got a gloss finish. Now that's going to come down to preference for which whenever you would like. However, I have noticed that the matte finishes seem to withstand a beating a little bit better, as the matte hides scuffs and scratches better than a gloss finish does. When we come down and take a look at our Class 4s, the main differences between our CURT and our etrailer.com hitch is going to be the finish. Our CURT has a gloss finish, and while our etrailer.com has a matte finish. And this is just like the Class 5s. It comes down to preference on what you'd like. However, the matte does hide those scratches and scuffs a little better. And now as far as weight ratings, they're going to be the same on both hitches at 1,000 pounds tongue weight, 10,000 pounds gross towing capacity. They're both rated for a weight distribution system, and that weight distribution system will increase those values equally on both to 1,200 and 12,000. The safety chain loops and openings are going to be plate style on both with about the same size opening, and they're also both going to use a 5/8" hitch pin. Now all four of these hitches we looked at are going to install relatively the same. You're going to have 3 bolts on each side. You'll drop your hardware down through and just tighten them down. It's a pretty easy, quick install. There's really nothing in your way that you have to remove. The only small difference you may notice is that on our Class 5 CURT, it does only have one hole here in the rear on the hitch. However, you're only going to use one hole that's already existing in your frame anyway, so the other hole that's here on the other hitches is just a dummy hole. All of these hitches are going to have a visible cross tube and receiver here underneath the bumper. And as far as clearances go, they're all going to be relatively the same, within about 1/2 inch. And likewise, from the center of the hitch pin hole to the edge of the rear bumper, they're all going to be relatively the same, within about 1/2 inch. And that completes our look at the best hitch options for our GMC Savana van.